this time. Late summer, probably be down in the high 40s tonight. The good thing about this trip, other than no snow, is I brought Redneck Truck. Redneck Truck goes where I want Redneck Truck to go. So hopefully we, we're gonna get up here. We, meaning me and myself and some sausages here, are gonna set up camp. Probably build a large fire big enough to keep Yeti and bears away. And hopefully we'll survive this. I think we're gonna set the bar pretty low in survival. So here we are. Sun's about to go down. So I hid all of that's my floor. There's some pressure treated plywood. There's my joists. In the middle of nowhere. And I do mean fucking nowhere. But you never know. Sometimes even in the middle of nowhere, people steal shit. People get crafty. That's why you gotta hide that shit like a boss. First thing I'm gonna do is get some firewood, because if you don't have a fire, Yeti's gonna attack you in your sleep and fuck you in the butt. That's rule number 1. I learned that in Cub Scouts. Then again, that could have been the Scoutmaster dressed in an ape costume who did that to those unfortunate boys. We're setting the bar really, really low with just living through the weekend. Some people bring pepper spray, mace, something like that. I brought barbecue sauce, because when the bear attack happens, I just want it to end. I want it to be over with. I want the sacrifice to be tasty, and I want everybody to have a great time. Those are not sound effects. Okay, step 1 for outdoor survival is you gotta have some sort of survival knife. And it's gotta have this. Without that, you're fucked. You're gonna die. There's no hope for you. You might as well just get a sharpened stick and hide in the woods and eat berries and mushrooms until the rapture. And just to be serious for a moment, I keep looking around here and I'm overwhelmed with this feeling of like, holy shit, this is mine. It's mine on paper, where, all land should be the people's, whatever, but clearly nobody told the guy I bought this from. But it's just such an awesome feeling, and even when I bought this property, I had these memories of my grandfather sitting around our hunting cabin and talking about hunting in Maine and talking about how remote it was and seeing moose and seeing all of this. And so my entire childhood, I grew up with these awesome stories of him talking about Maine like it was, just this wilderness, man. It was the final frontier. There was nothing like it. And here I am alone in the middle of nowhere, no one around, and I get it. I absolutely get it. I love this nature, and it was kind of almost like a personal challenge to myself, like, hey, can you do this? Can you fucking go buy some land, get some wood, and just build something? Just do it. Even if you sell it and turn around, whatever, you did it. And I think that people should challenge themselves every day in their lives to try to accomplish something and just do something. Get in over your head, man. What's the worst that can happen? You fail. Okay, so I've never heard an invading army marching at me through the forest, but some shit just ran through the woods that I went and got the gas can for, because if it runs at me, we're both going to die in a fiery inferno of hell. Well, that's kind of pretty. So here we are at sunset and watching the sun go down over the mountain. About 10 minutes ago, I heard something run through the woods that sounded like elephants doing Lord of the Dance. And honestly, it scared me. Couldn't get to my knife, but I grabbed a fucking gas can and a lighter, because, if we're going to go down, we're going to go down together in a burning fiery inferno. So you hear that, moose, bear? You want to bring the attack here? We both go out together as charcoal. Okay, so the fire is set. The chances of imminent death have gone down significantly. Now all we can do is just keep the fire burning. Lock the doors, get a sharpened stick. survived night one. It was a real struggle. It was cold. I mean, really cold. There's no way you could sleep in a tent here. I mean, you would need some sort of testicle warmer, foil-lined sleeping bag. You would need way more. Truck's unloaded. I'm gonna go find coffee somewhere, even if I have to drive 40 miles. It's got to happen that way. And then it's straight to work. Completed a major milestone. Got my subfloor down, and you know, whatever wacky philosophical horseshit I was talking about last night, fuck this place. I think tonight I might just do the fire here, dance around this bitch 3 or 4 times, roll out. Shit's hard work, man. One of the interesting things is we're so far north that the only beer you can buy here is Moosehead. And most of the radio stations are in French. And you know what that means? That means the Canadians are not far away. Everybody here talks with the Canadian accent. In case you've never heard the Canadian accent, it's basically like the English accent, but really nice. And they're like, oh yeah, you like that, huh? Yeah, eh? That's nice, uh-huh. You want some more Moosehead? Yeah. Yeah, you'd like that Moosehead, wouldn't you? That looks good. When planning for this trip, I did a mad dash the day before, and you know, I kind of wrote myself a little checklist. I'm like, got this. So basically I've got hammer, nails, saw, generator, of course wood, windows, all this stuff, right? Tape measure, not so much. I don't have a tape measure. I had to use a piece of fucking string, man, on each and every piece. And you know, at first I was like, that's really irresponsible of you. That's get off the job, go home, you're fired. And then I was like, you know, that's pretty motherfucking crafty. Using string. I mean, who needs numbers when you got string, motherfucker? You got the visuals, you got the eyes, man. You got to look, you got to see. Is that straight? No, it's not so straight. Get your string back on. But I do have this. This gave me hopes and dreams and answered some of my prayers. But so sun's going down. And I need to get my ass busy to get rid of all this fucking wood and try to build these other walls. Packed up, ready to leave, tired as shit. Woke up at like 5 a.m. this morning to finish the last little bit of this. And I know what you're thinking, those are probably not 18 on center. No, those are 4x4 old telephone poles or some wacky shit so you can spread the weight. And I know what else you're thinking, why are you wearing sunglasses when there's no sun? I'll tell you why. If you were running through the woods with a sharp stick until 3 in the morning chasing invisible, I saw Bigfoot. That's all I'm saying. I'll leave it there. Cut!